Prideful.
Welcome to the Layman's Seminary. My wife is going to help me be preparing for my debate with CJ Cox, the reform guy. I'm Free Grace, Eternal Security. So, this video, Janet, is almost a year old. This is in October. We're gonna do our debate in November 5th. So I think this one is either in October, maybe November, but either way, this is how it started about a year ago. Okay. So I want to start looking at this. I did upload a video of my initial reply that was recorded in this, but only my words, nobody else's. But I want to start this from the beginning and I want your thoughts, your reaction as we go into this. All right. So,
who are in the live
can
chat.
you
Sorry,
hear
that
that?
was just a brief call from our brother SFT.
Huh?
Who is in the live chat
Can
actually
you
with
hear
us.
that?
Yes.
We also have Jerome M.
Just stop me when you have a
Cryptomaria,
thought.
Kelvy Quayo, Honesty Angel, Keith.
Just stop me when you have a thought, a question.
Yeah, I know already. I got it.
All right.
Colvin, all have made themselves known in the live chat. Thank you very much for being here, friends. Not Evolution is here as well. Hope I didn't miss anybody there. I appreciate every single one of you. Please remember to like and share this video. Please get this out to all the different social media platforms which you frequent. Of course, what good is a message without an audience to hear it? And please do consider subscribing to this channel if you have not done so. Hit that bell to get notified every time that we go live. We post very frequently, though not necessarily regularly.
I wish I had his voice. I mean, I'm content with what God's given me, but he sounds like a radio announcer, you know? Or like at a circus. Step right up and try to win a prize, and you know.
And I, again, do appreciate every single one of you for being here. Link is in the live chat. I'm going to go ahead and pin that to the top so that everybody is able to actually, find it and all that kind of stuff. So just a moment while I go ahead and do that.
Janet, you're muted.
Will you skip that part?
I don't want no one to say, hey, you didn't talk about everything. It's
Honesty
almost
Angel
done.
asks,
SFT comes in.
Chat rules to go by. So absolutely. So my chat rules are pretty lenient. I only really have two. You can't be insulting people, and you can't be saying anything that is blasphemous. When it comes to ultimately booting somebody, also.
What are you laughing about? What's so funny?
No, I just did what she said earlier. I just did earlier what she said now, what he said now. So
What did you do?
I didn't blaspheme, but I said I just said that he is prideful.
Well, you're doing a critique of the video. I mean, it's fine. It's for educational purposes. It's allowed.
Okay.
So I do want to have the final say. Obviously, that doesn't mean you can't time people out. I don't even know if you guys have the power to boot somebody entirely. But as far as that is concerned, I want to have the final say on that as well. But I do allow people to curse just because I know that for some people that doesn't mean the same thing as it does for others. My only thing is that I just simply don't want insults, and people will get warnings for insults, and I do not want blasphemy. And people will not get any warnings for that.
What?
When I said he's prideful, is that insult?
It could be, but I don't think so. Not necessarily. Just depends.
Okay.
But it's okay. You're not in his show. You're watching his show. There's a difference.
You'll be immediately timed out for that. And then once your 300 seconds is up, if you do it again, you'll be blocked and I will not be having you return to the channel. I have no patience for that. To be fair, I've only actually had to
Block me because I
yeah. Right. Yeah. Because you're not there. You're with me. I can only block you, and I'm not going to block you. You'll block me before I block you.
That one time in all of my time here on YouTube. Most people, atheist, Muslim, doesn't even matter. It doesn't matter if they're Christian, is the point, right? That's why I bring up two non-Christians. But at any rate, thank you guys all for being here again. This is a after show for the Can You Lose Your Salvation? Can a believer lose their salvation debate that was just hosted over on Standing for Truth's channel. Honest Angel says they can boo people. Okay, nice to know. Anyways, so for those of you who don't know, the debate was over on SFT Standing for Truth's channel. And actually, he was not the one hosting today. He was actually participating today, debating against a fellow by the name of the News Unit. And actually, the person who was moderating for today was Praise I Am That I Am. But nonetheless, they were having a debate on whether or not a believer.
Unmute, Janet.
Praise I am that I am. He is the praise I am.
Yeah, I caught that too whenever I first heard him say it. And
So-
it's just praise I am, but we
So
know
he's
I
not-
am what I am, it's from Exodus.
Yeah, I know, but is that what I understood? He is the praise I am.
He's saying that we should praise the I am. That's what his name is supposed to mean, I think.
Can lose their salvation.
No.
Praise I am. PIA.
And it was definitely
PIA.
an interesting conversation. But to be honest with you, it wasn't.
What?
Pia. The name Pia.
Pia?
I have a friend Pia.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Pia. Hi Pia.
Does that mean P?
Yeah, praise P. Praise I am. So Pia.
Yeah, but
P.
does Pia mean P?
Yeah, P.
Okay.
P, that means P? What that mean? Yeah, the P, not P.
P like you eat, like Del Monte P, or are you talking about P when you use the bathroom?
No, letter P.
All right. Welcome to Interaction with a Filipina, guys. For those that don't know. There's a Filipina that has a channel. Her name is Filipina P. She's worldly though. I don't know if she's a believer, but
And you know what? I have this like an American son. He's like 7 years old, and he said, in the US we say come again please, or what did you say, or I don't understand, or but in the Philippines here we do like this, huh 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 huh.
do all those huns mean the same thing?
No, it's not. It's depends upon how the context, how you heard
Oh.
say like that. But it's not. That's but it's,
That's an that's a All right, I'm continuing.
Really a super great debate. And let me get into my to everything I got to say here now. And also, SFT has joined us. Thank you, brother. And I'll go ahead and.
What?
it's caps lock because we are laughing. I mean,
Oh.
emphasize because we are not. Anyway, never mind.
Make this quick so I can pass it right on to you. I know you wanted to get some grub in you and all that. But it was a good discussion, but not a good debate. And what I mean by that is it didn't seem like News Unit was like incredibly convinced of his position going in. And by the end of it, it does appear to me that he actually had even conceded the debate. It seemed to me that he actually agreed that a believer, and SFT even pointed this out, that a believer can't actually lose their salvation. So I think it would have been better if it was more a discussion format rather than a debate format. And in fact, the best part of it was that 35 minutes that they went back and forth, in my opinion. But I did think that there were a lot of good points made. I defer with SFT slightly. in that I believe in preservation of the saints. But as it pertains to this issue, of course, we believe these almost exactly the same thing. And it is interesting every time I listen to one of these debates. Every now
You notice he said preservation of the saints. He didn't say perseverance.
What?
Preservation.
Preservation? Preservation?
Preservation is the focus is on God keeping you saved. And perseverance is focusing on your responsibility to persevere. Now, of course, the Calvinists would say that, well, the reason you persevere is because you've been given the gift of faith, you've been irresistibly regenerated, and all of that stuff. And so it comes from that, according to their view.
and then I do find something that we disagree on. But it is pretty interesting how similar.
We'll just do one video, then I'm gonna go to bed, and then maybe tomorrow we can do another one, and we'll just keep working our way through this, okay?
Yes,
That'll
boss.
way, even though I'm working 12 hours, I need to shave, my face is itching.
Yes,
you-
my lord.
Okay, Sarah. Even so even though I'm working 12 hours right now, this can help me still prepare, you know?
Okay, yeah, you still be done.
Yeah,
That's why
there's different kinds of prepares. Like the video that I uploaded, I'm gonna get the transcript and turn that into a paper. But I'm not gonna do that right now. So here I am with you. Oh, we both got to stay awake. Remember, we got the free version of Zoom, so we got 45 minutes to stay awake.
yeah,
You
but
know,
we already get
right? So we got about 30 minutes. Let's see what happens.
The OSAS position that is free grace and the OSAS position that is preservation actually are, and especially as it pertains to.
So Janet leaves the room when she's supposed to be reviewing the video. So we'll just wait for Janet to come back, and we'll find out why she left. Probably related to the cat. That's my assumption. Or maybe she was cooking something and forgot about it. Maybe coffee. It's not the rapture, even though we're pre-trib. So let us see. Oh, in the meantime, I'll entertain y'all. Here I am studying with Janet Jennings. We've been studying this video from the beginning. I have no idea how it's to the ending, but I'm not the type to be pretending. You see, the arguments that we have, we're steadily upending. What can we do about that? It's just pending. You'll have to wait and see how everything is sending. I'm doing everything I can, try not to be grinning, because I don't want to get caught up in some type of sinning. Why? Because I'm bragging about the possibility of winning. I just want people to be free and not spinning, tossed to and fro like the water and the wind. Then I'm doing the best I can to freestyle with the same rhyme scheme, but I just messed that up, so I guess I'm on SFT's team. You see, he's down here with synagogue, not like synagogue where people gather together. This name is a little bit better, at least from his perspective. So if I was a detective, I would put it together like this: sin as in cynic. Is that what he means? Like a person who doesn't want to go to a clinic? Cog, is that a cog in the machine? Is that what this is supposed to be? That this is a system that's on the scene? And what do we make of the hat? We got the long beard attached to that. Is this a fact? If we look at a picture, it looks the same. He's missing a comb, but who am I to blame? Right now, I'm unshaven and my hair is unkempt. So I'm doing the best, wondering where my wife went. And so right now I'm tired waiting for her to appear. So glad that she's here. I almost sound like Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Wait, don't. I use lot of strength, okay? My goodness,
What did you do, Janet?
my my foam, my bed is outside, okay? I dry, it's not dry. I expose this to the sunlight.
Oh, okay, yeah. We understand that concept.
Huge, okay, it's huge. And my pillows is over there and my blanket is over there. And then suddenly it was raining. And now it's raining actually. And I am the only one.
What, you don't want a water bed?
Oh my goodness, I don't even, you know.
Yeah, you get focused on one thing and you forget, you know.
No, I mean, no, I didn't. I can't believe it that I just carry it. You know, I'm so strong.
You've been learning from those ants. You've been learning from the ants. You didn't realize it, but the ants in your house were helping you.
Goodness, what? The ants in the house are helping me. What that means?
Yeah,
Really?
they were helping you, but you couldn't see them help you lift because ants are strong.
Crazy.
All right, you ready to continue?
No, literally, no ants helping me, Charlie. I don't get what your metaphor or whatever your.
Yeah, it's an image. I'm making like a cartoon in your brain. But anyway.
My goodness, that's nonsense with me.
All right. You're no nonsense right now. And you left. Okay. So yeah, I started rapping, and then for some reason, a night before Christmas, all through the house, it almost started sounding like that. I'm so tired, I almost slipped into that type of rhyme scheme. But that's usually what happens, like if you try to rhyme in the same type of rhyme scheme in the same way, like ending, beginning, befriending, upending, pretending. That's not normally how I rhyme, I rap. I was just doing that.
My goodness, Charlie, look.
I sit back with the recipe, watching this video by Senecott and SFT. Now Jan's over here with her bed all wet. What can it say? We're supposed to be all set. You should sit down and put on your headset. Instead, you're racing around like a Corvette. Now the mattress is all tired and flabby. Even though you live in a house, it's not too shabby. You're doing the best you can to not get it soaked in the rain. But it feels like you're going insane because you're distracted. And no, she's not acting. This is what she does when she has something to pursue. She always keeps it real and true. One time we were making a video and she saw a bee in the room. She forgot about the video and started bringing doom, trying to chase down the bee till it was ran up out the place. And it's like, man, can you imagine her face? She's so distracted, sort of like when my cat chases a moth. But most of all, she's a God chaser because she's always chasing God. She's always seeking his will to find out how everything's to be done. And for that, I know that she's the true one. Proverbs 31 in every type of sense. And I really don't know where she went. Janet, come back. Oh my goodness. This should be a creative video.
Huh?
Well, there's a thing on in YouTube right now where they want people to share their bloopers. So I guess maybe this is bloopers.
Goodness gracious.
All right. Are you with us?
I'm I want to turn on the AC or just the electric one.
Okay. How much time we got left?
I'm sorry, Charlie.
It's all right. It's all right.
It's just suddenly rain. Gracious goodness, what?
Uh-oh. Oh, I've never seen that before.
Who's you never seen before?
I clicked on something and something popped up.
I'm
All
sorry,
right.
guys.
It's all right. It's all right. Here we go.
debating against people who don't believe in eternal security at all, which I think is part of the reason why we are
You are
able
not.
to commingle with
You
each other
think
as
that you
brothers, and
are.
that doesn't seem to be too big of a dividing issue between us.
But
What?
you're not.
What?
Oh, I'm talking to the cyclone. Ah, what's that?
Cyclone. Synagogue. Okay, what were you saying to synagogue?
I said that he didn't believe too.
Bel-
He think that he believes that it's not. If you are perseverant, if you do persevere.
Oh,
And
so you're saying he really doesn't believe in eternal security the way we believe?
yeah, no, he's not, because it's complicated. It's complicated if you want to persevere. But how about those people that who don't persevere? You know.
They would say they're not saved.
See, that's the thing. So where's they are
That's
not.
why our debate's free grace versus lordship.
Yeah, they are not freedom. So
Yeah.
they are not God. Why they are deciding that? But if you are depending God, God said if you believe, you are saved. So why they are not? Why they are not on that?
I don't know, Janet. But
Uh-huh.
good thoughts.
But at any rate,
It's
you
a
know,
rhetorical remark, Charlie. So no
What?
need. It's a rhetorical statement. So no need to answer my question.
Okay.
there was certain things obviously with that I would have a different way of explaining, or potentially a small disagreement with. But for the most part, I thought it was really good as a discussion. Not a
Right.
particularly great debate. Like, for example, if I were an OSAS or a non-OSAS person, I would probably want to have something else just so that there would be a better representation of my position. But at the same time, discussions are incredibly edifying, right? So I think it was good for what it was good for, and definitely an edifying conversation, which is the actual point. Whether or not you slap the title debate or discussion on it is irrelevant, right? Was it edifying is the real question, and I believe it was. Danny does ask who won the debate, and this is the last thing I'll say before I pass it on to SFT. Well, not only do I think that SFT won the debate, but the news unit actually thinks that SFT won the debate. Not sure if he'd actually say that, but he did concede. So that is kind of that, right? So anyway, go ahead, brother, and thank you for being here.
Yeah, I appreciate that, brother. Great points. Great review of the debate. Yeah, it's interesting because I've had quite a few formal debates on this lately since it's been such an issue in the debate community. I've taken it upon myself to almost take a slight break from like creation evolution debates because, well, I've done 90 of them. So, and do a few of these. And the last couple that I've had, Crimson Air or Merit, Gavin Hurleyman, a couple open mics, it was, they were more of a debate, a little bit heated at times, more of a strong representation, I guess, on the conditionalist side from the last few debates I've had. And I guess they're more adamant conditionalists. But I was expecting that with this too, which is weird because I know news unit or Dave, he's on Smokey's channel quite frequently, and he goes along with Smokey in their attack on eternal security, right? I don't know if you've seen it, but and then I watched some of his videos. I looked up his talking points, prepared slides for them. So I was expecting kind of another debate like that. But then I quickly realized,
Yes, I'm
CJ,
there.
as you noticed, especially in the opening statement, I'm like, he doesn't even really seem
But
too
I'm here
sure
also.
of his position. Didn't seem too confident in his position, which was a lot different from the tone I got from him in the Smokey streams when he was there. So that's why I think it was a few minutes into the discussion, I asked him, I said, okay, aside from false professors, those that went out from us, that were never really of us kind of thing, I asked him flat out, I said, somebody who truly trusted Christ, right? And I showed that verse where it demonstrates that trusted and believed are used interchangeably. So my question was, someone who truly trusted Christ, therefore they're justified, regenerated, and predestined for glorification. I asked him, do you believe that that person can ever lose that regeneration? Can that process of salvation be aborted, right? The predestined part of it. And he said no. And at that point, I kind of reiterated to the audience, like, okay, well, he really just conceded the debate. So at that point, it was at that point, I had a different approach. I'm like, you know what? This is actually uncommon in debates. So I thought I'm going to take a different approach in that I'm going to try and help him. He seems like he's kind of on the fence, right? But it also shows me how unobjective a lot of these conditionalists are, because they're still talking a big game in the chat. When the objective conditionalist would say, okay, well, he did concede the debate. So by debate standards, obviously, he would, I guess, lose the debate. But I like him. He's on the fence, and I'm willing to have more discussions with him. Not another debate, because he's not sure of himself enough to have a debate. So I would like to just have discussions with him in the future and maybe try and address a lot of the issues he may have. So yeah. I mean, it was just kind of interesting to see in my prep and watching him on Smokey's channel, watching him on his channel, just to kind of see at times how aggressive he is against OSAS, and then to see him in the debate kind of not really being that sure of himself. So, that kind of threw me off. But yeah, I mean, that's all I got to say for now.
So we have 10 minutes left before the video will be over. So but here we go.
Yeah, that was definitely kind of an interesting thing, right? Just because obviously it's not something that you typically expect in a debate. It is interesting to me that when it comes to, and I'll pass to Jamie after I say this really quickly, when it comes to this particular debate, namely, is eternal security true or not, right? The representatives from one side do seem to be either of a very certain ilk, and of course everybody knows exactly what I'm talking about, or they appear to be just not really sure of it, right? Like they don't want to go off and say you can just live any old way you want and be saved. And so because of that, they really kind of have trepidation. And of course, they want to take certain passages
And I have a question.
seriously, which they feel OSASers.
Yes, you just had one.
Are they also talking about rewards that Paul talking about? Is the lordship talking about reward?
Are you asking if lordship believes in rewards?
Yes.
I think a lot. Yeah, I think MacArthur teaches rewards.
Teaches rewards. In what way? I mean, only physical thing here on earth?
No, he probably has a view of rewards. It's something to look into, but I think he holds to a doctrine of rewards.
Then they are complicated. They don't know what their belief.
Okay, we'll see.
Don't. And so they walk with some trepidation, but they're not really anti-OSAS. They just kind of think they are, and it's like, it seems to me like,
good point.
or of course, the third option is they're Catholic, which,
which Smokey pretty much is. I mean, he's just the gospel of Romanism. I do find, there's a lot of them that are on the fence, but there's also a lot of them that are not really that different from the soteriology of Romanism. Very, very work-centered, works-oriented. In the eternal security camp, there are two camps, preservation and perseverance. I would consider myself more so preservation. And I think, CJ, you would be more perseverance.
right.
But, both sides still maintain eternal security. But on their side, there's a lot on the fence. And then there's also a lot like, I guess, Smokey, who...
Hey, maybe you could describe
really
the difference there between what you just said he was and you're more of perseverance, and he's more of I forget the word you said, but you guys should explain.
Yeah, perseverance versus preservation. So the reason why
So if I were to draw that, right? Position, experience, I would put preservation here.
3 minutes.
I would put preservation here.
Positional preservation.
Positional preservation. And then I would put here experiential
Preservation.
perseverance.
Perseverance. Yeah.
I can't spell, I'm not spelling it right.
You can
Because it's this moment in time when you believe that you're seated in Christ, you're preserved in Christ, in Him forever, and you're going to get a glorified body. You know. Go ahead. What were we going to say?
nothing.
Okay.
I'm not perseverance, and I think is going to be the same reason why Charles isn't, is because I am a non-Calvinist or non-Reformed Baptist. So I acknowledge the fact that when we do get saved, there is it was when we believed on Christ, when we received.
What?
What is the difference between Baptist and free grace?
Well, what he's saying is this: is that you have Reformed Baptists, okay? Those are your 5-point Calvinists. Remember Rafe?
Reformed Baptist.
He was a 5-point Calvinist, and then you got non-Reformed Baptists, which could be free grace. They could be traditionalists, provisionalists, different terms like that.
Christ, this was a choice made freely. Okay, ontologically, we are now positionally secure. I mean, we are in the heavenlies, and we are predestined for glorification.
Do you understand ontological?
No, what is that?
All right, so let me show you what ontos means. It's a Greek. I think it shows up like this. Ontos. All right. Ontos means being or existence.
Copy.
Being or existence. Is a lot of times how it's translated. If I remember right, we can look in a minute.
Copy.
So when you're talking about ontological, you're talking about some being, you know, because like for example, we talk about the ontological, and my wife just chased the cat. The ontological Trinity versus the economic Trinity. Do you know the difference?
Ontological. Economic.
Well, yeah, economic, yeah, you know, oikonomia, you know all that, right? But when you're talking about ontological, you're talking about being, or you're talking about essence. So
Okay.
what something is, okay? And so yeah, and so when he's talking about ontological, he's talking about the idea that when you believe the gospel, you are ontologically changed. Your spirit is regenerated. You receive Christ's righteousness. Yeah, there's forensic or judicial stuff that happens as well, but there's an ontological change, which we could call physical transformation. Okay, but the problem is lordship and others would say if there's no experiential transformation, then they say you're not really saved or you lost your salvation if you're on the Arminian side of things. But the basis of the gospel is positional transformation. Okay, cats.
Okay, but so there are eternal consequences, so we can't lose. We made a choice. There's now eternal consequences from that choice. Okay, but where I differ from the Calvinists or the perseverance,
Janet, can you think of a choice that cannot be reversed?
A choice that cannot be reversed.
Yes.
So you decided, right? So you cannot reverse.
Right. So give me an illustration, an example. For example, birth.
I carry Papi earlier. I cannot reverse that. I didn't carry her.
Okay, you're talking about you can't undo the past. Yeah, that's a true statement. You can't undo time. That's a good point. But birth, you can't go back and redo your birth.
Yeah.
Another example is
That's what was that you're talking to Jesus? Who's that? The one that was talking to Jesus that what would be say?
Nicodemus.
Who's
Okay, Janet, we have 1 minute left. So what do you want to tell the audience?
Hi guys. I'm sorry. Earlier, I was panicking. I was panicking. Anyway, never mind. Please support. Please support with prayer for the Layman Seminary, and click this and subscribe and share to others. God bless.
Right. If you want to hit the bell for notifications. We might do another video tonight. I don't know. Depends how tired we are. But let us see. God bless.